Shoot. Okay. Welcome back. It is Shalonda again, and we're going to be, I don't know, talking about this whole energy of the devil, right? Because I don't know, I just wanted to do something more general, okay? Because again, we have this concept or this perception of the devil as something so hideous and ugly, right? I was trying to figure out who even named, like, who gave the devil the energy? Like, who picked, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to figure out who talks about the devil as the devil in the biblical text. Like, because you don't really hear the people in the Bible, even though I feel like the people in the Bible didn't have a Bible, right? But even if you're dealing with that energy of, you don't hear like random people in the Bible speaking about the devil. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear Mary saying, we need to make sure the devil don't get. Do you know what I'm saying? And then the bright star, the morning star, and the whole correlations between, you know, that devil energy. Wait a minute, or the Christ energy. Where did it go? Where did it go? Because I'm just trying to figure out something here, right? Because it's, and it's the whole concept of the devil like being under the ground is just also ridiculous, because it makes you not look at the things that are going on around you, right? It makes you not look at reality. It gives you a false perception or narrative, as if the devil is not seeking or walking around here seeking, just like a man, just like this, maybe probably fine as hell, walking around here. Seeking to see who they can devour, right? That's why you got to be more careful. All right. I want to look for this card because then I wanted to point something out about it. And why I keep getting this death card and why I keep examining it. Come on. So again, to think that the devil looks like a man would make it, here it is, would make it easier for you to see. Let's see. Because the serpent is one thing, right? That has to do with, I feel like, the ancient India, the Naga energy, right? The South America, all the temples and stuff down there with the plumed serpents and things like that, right? Hold on. So, like I said, it made me think of, even because God said I made both good and evil. So again, this whole thing right here, like, of the half and half, or like, again, people will say that, the morning star and the bright star, or the morning star when it comes to Jesus and Lucifer, right? Because Lucifer is supposed to be the morning star. And it's just like, is it just also that twin flame energy within, like that connection or being able to operate between, you know what I'm saying? I can't even remember what I was looking for at this point in time. Oh, right here. So again, to blame the devil and place him under the ground, right? Because what is the devil energy? It is bringing me even around the whole thing about domestic terrorism. Who are the real domestic terrorists? Is it the people that have the money, the power, and the position to manipulate the situation, or to persecute people wrongfully and use all their powers and their plans in order to restrict them and to harm them or leave them in harm's way, right? Or is it the people that are standing up for the truth and saying, we're tired of being bullied, we're tired of being oppressed, all of us, no matter what color you are, there's something going on here that we the people are not really feeling, right? And so again, that sends chills through the spines of the spineless, even though it seemed like they may not have one. Like that Justice card. It's a spine, but they're just not really, it's not operating. Ain't even no damn legs on it, okay? But anyways, So again, we won't see that red juice that's in that cup that he got, that red whatever. I won't call it juice because I probably wouldn't want to drink it, but you know what I'm saying, right? So even the whole taking of the concoctions and stuff in Genesis to take a rib or some DNA from, you know, Adam, right? So even just using them as luring in each other when it comes to the lovers, I feel. When it comes to the lovers, using them to lure each other in to get something, right? And it's going to take for both to realize that you've been played. You've been played. And the real devil is this red machine here that's coming in to and using now a zombified masculine energy that may be under control to what? They got some new meat right there, right? Some new earth, some build back better. And so he just gonna go ahead and take them flowers right out the garden. Kill them all. And I don't mean kill them. I'm just saying, like, it could be talking about, like, energy, like I said, around, like, just, you know, getting rid of them or even throwing them under the bus or under the rug, right? It could be that whole energy. Why is this looking at me like that? But then the real strength, like I said, they're trying to speak about the masking has to do with the ammunition, right? The ammunition is in your mind. It's in your brain. It's you. Get out of here. That's the ammunition. That's what that's the weapons of mass destruction. That's when it comes to the dome. It's the bug over here. Okay, that's when it comes to the dome. And these firearms that they're talking about, because we show not doing nothing about violence on the street when it comes to guns. So the only thing that they're doing is, again, there's that famine energy or that concealing, again, the voices or the things that are coming out of the mouths of those particular people. Right? And that's why we're doing this whole domestic terrorism. Oh, this mental illness. Oh, this, if you don't do this, all these restrictions. And the more you sit down and allow for that to happen, the more, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, okay? But so you can take it how you want to think how I'm saying it. But there's ammunition. Even if it's not physical. The whole, like I said, mandating of masks has to do with, because they know that this is very powerful. Very powerful. That's why this needs to be almost look like a missile, right? Almost look like a missile. So even we're talking about the whole platforms of Facebook and all those energies. The missiles that are being shot out towards divine energies, right? And at first they had, you know, the whole fact checker and everything. So the missiles that were coming out towards the forces, right? They were fact checking and get rid of your stuff, even though it came out of the mouths of the same people that, you see. So again, but it was really mainly around the election, supposed that they were fact checking around the whole thing about the thing. But now again, there's no need to push. I think 70-80% of the population already got the antidote. So however you want to look at it, because the rest that's left that they might be coming for door to door or whatever, showing their strength, right? But you have yours here. And again, it must be utilized, I feel, because if not, then whatever. It's going to not be a good thing. So again, here's the moon card when it comes to the this is the Jane Austen that I keep getting them mixed up, the literary and the Jane Austen. So again, this is the moon, and it says we all have our best guides within us if only we would listen. So again, we're dealing with the voice within, that something within, you know, that thing that most Disney princesses were looking for. If you really look at what they were saying, was something within. And then you have the Emperor here, which is reminding me of the energy of, you know, the white horse in a sense. And it's just like, will it be in reverse? Or will it be upright and righteous and true and beautiful and strong? And an inspiration. I'm gonna have to look at what this is talking about. But here's some jewels or whatever. But I noticed it does have that blue, or that Persian blue, or just a really light blue behind it. But again, it's like a crown and stuff, like those things that were on the wrist of that girl that was going down in the pit, possibly for whatever reason, right? But let's just look at this real quick, because I do want to know, and I am trying to get in tune with these cards here. The Four of Diamonds. Okay, so it's saying something about material wealth, right? A lady's assets give her stability, though she must be careful not to let her things possess her, right? And that's just it. And in my situation, it's relationships or something. You know what I'm saying? Building healthy relationships. But again, so that's why I don't let material things, like, they're nice. I have good taste, damn. But you know what I'm saying? I could do without, right? But don't nobody, like, if it, like, it's just that for me. It's not mandatory for me to be happy. And I'm just glad that I did the work first. But I don't know who doesn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're dealing with all these issues. I don't know who wouldn't want. And my whole thing is just like, again, companionship at the end of the day, now that I'm getting like older. But you have the High Priestess here, okay? And then, and again, she's also, you know, I still look at the High Priestess as soft, but also with the Archer energy. And then we have the Magician. I think that has to do with manifestation and about not giving up and still speaking your truth, and then just still doing what you do, because what you do is unique. You know what I'm saying? What you do is unique. It's those who are, you know, using their gifts to heal and help people. I mean, it's just the most beautiful thing in the world. That's God energy flowing right there in my eyes. So again, the Chariot right here, you know what I'm saying? It makes me think about, you know, if you don't speak things, who will know? And though people don't want you to speak, I think that a lot of times people don't want you to speak because they don't want other people to see what they saw in you, or what they tried to suppress, or what they saw in you and thought they can take advantage of, right? And again, especially with people that have been isolated or on islands, in a sense, you know, it's just like, you'd rather them, if somebody wants to oppress or they want to subdue you, then that's exactly what they want to do. And most people want to harm themselves or go into some kind of something. With me, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to do it. And that's just what it is, because it's something that is in. And I think that, again, some of these people they can judge you and they can look at things of your past and your present or whatever and judge you, but they cannot look at themselves. And that's the only reason why they're so busy worrying about what you're doing. But they don't know that harming those people is just, you know, because a lot of people are empathic. And we do know that people, you know how to, you know, target people. It's just, you know, good people that just want to do right. And I think it's just like, So again, I think that in this sense, it's like Source is saying, just chill. Your Chariot is coming in. It is what it is. I may have to remove some people. Your heart might be broken. But at the end of the day, don't trip. I mean, we got a white, well, he's pink, but he could be really representing a white horse when it comes to the Chariot. Because I just think that Source got me. I said, well, he got to come on down here himself. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what point I'm at right here. Because I used to, like, I was talking, and I might have said this to you guys the other day. I used to be like, when I heard people say, you know, all I need is God, right? And not to say that they maybe wasn't experiencing what I've experienced. Now that I'm looking back at it, maybe they were, and that's why they were able to be how they were and be, again, alone and obedient and teach themselves. And I don't know, it's just something that's very poised and gentle about that energy. And yeah, like I look at my grandma, and you just didn't realize even how magical she was, but everybody flowed to her, and she took care of several children in the community and everything, and she just was a beautiful person. She is. I still, you know, the funny thing is, I feel like every single day up until this whole thing happened, I felt like she was really I would think about her every single day at least once. And I feel like ever since all this stuff happened, it's not, but it's almost like I have to share her right now. I mean, it's almost like I have to share her right now. Like almost she is with, it feels like this energy of grandfathers and uncles around, and that grandma is possibly, because of what's going on again, and it could have already moved past, but because of what's going on with the energy. And I'm wondering if it have to do with the devil energy, because they've been trying to say, see it for what it is. But then I don't look at the devil the same way everybody else look at the devil. I don't. Right? And again, somebody could look at, again, my mentality as devilish, because again, this is the thing that's going to break the seals. That's what breaks the seals. Right? But you have the emperor here. So it's just like, I don't know, there's this energy. And it was like in the beginning, it was just like a magical thing. It was almost like like I manifested that, or that source was speaking with me, and we, he manifested, like the Elohim and the ancestors, all of us, kind of like in an alchemical, is that a word? sense. It's like, daughter, sit down and tell me what you want. Right? See, so, and she even has, it seems like this weaver energy. And you see how it's kind of like we're looking through a looking glass at her? Right? And she's, bad. A high priestess, queen. Even got the red on, though. So you got to be careful, because on the flip side, the high priestess can be something else. Right? And I don't know, the chariot represents some kind of movement. And again, although it feels like it's slow, whatever movement, whether it's a spiritual something or physical, it feels like right now it's at a standstill or stagnant, but it's gonna, whenever it does happen, it's gonna be swift, right? Because I feel like something has been intensified and it's been broken today, but we're in a time period where something can turn around, but it's going to have to be something factual. It's gonna have to be with all the emperor and all his glory and all his power and all his steed, which is probably his chariot, his messages from the divine, or a high priestess. Maybe even a good witch and a bad witch. You see what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. And then again, whatever he's getting from that high priestess or that energy is strengthening him, is what I would feel. That bullet or that missile looking thing, it makes me think about something very direct too. And that's what it is. Because again, the Empress, I think that's what she's looking for. Not even necessarily the picture with the jewels, but she's looking for direct and truth and love and those type of treasures, those things that are going to help fill her cups. So yeah, so again, the devil energy, I just wanted to speak on that as to, because so many people want to refer to the devil as something that's under the ground waiting to take you to hell, and it's not even the case. That energy, that negative energy, that some type of energy is here and is loud and clear. And again, that's that also, I mean, it could be, like I said, the Antichrist energy as well, right? I think that's what it is, that Antichrist energy. And maybe, again, that whole devil energy of it being buried for 1,000 years, maybe that might be also like a renewal. That's what the whole renewal cards were probably about, of the feminine energy, the healing energy that needs to be, again, accounted for right now and observed. It just really is. It's just the only way. The only way to fix these things are to heal the mother and her children, and you don't know how to do it, so you're gonna need the mother in order to do it, and that's just what it is. You can't work around the mother to please the mother when she's fighting for her children, because you don't have all the answers. According to interpretation, this period in Roman history remarkable both at its commencement and at its close, illustrated the glory of an empire where its limits were extended though not without occasional wars, okay, which were always uniformly triumphant and successful on the frontiers. The triumph of the Emperor Trajan, okay, we already read that. So again, we don't need to, I don't think we need to read nothing else. Let's see. Roman war progressed triumphantly into the invader's own territory. And the Parthian war was successfully ended by the total overthrow of those people. Roman conquest is demonstrated even in the most mighty of these wars. The Marcomannic succession of victories under the second Antoine unleashed on the German barbarians, driven into their forests and reduced to Roman submission. So again, this whole energy about the German barbarians, I don't know, that made me think about some kind of energy that we was talking about over here. And even when it comes to the dust of man, and speaking to that energy as if, okay, you've been doing enough. And then, like, even just the whole thing is like, enough is enough. You know, enough is enough. And it's almost like now that there might be, it may have been one-sided where everybody wants to come at a certain empress or energy, right? But now there's something there, right? And so again, it goes back to the lover's energy, because then you got somebody that's jealous and envious and all this other stuff that is sending in that devil energy, which is why the energy has changed towards, again, some feminines right now. While the mother, Gaia Earth, is saying, look inside. That's how you know. But then we also have the moon card, right? But there's always something hidden behind the moon as well. A part of the moon that's not shown very often. She got stars around her too, though. And then you also got that 8 there, which makes me think about 808s and heartbreaks, because the heart is underneath it. You ain't gonna think the sun bad, the moon bad too. You know what I'm saying? What I mean, like, they're big things, right? And they both, you know. Well, I think the sun has more to do with the clouds, and then the moon has more to do with the stars. But I mean, there's still clouds at night. But I'm just saying, right? Okay, in some commentaries, to the Bible, the white horseman is said to symbolize ordinary war, which may possibly be exercised on righteous grounds in decent manner, hence the white color. Okay, so yeah, okay. But still is devastating. The red horseman, see below, then rather more specific symbolizes civil war. Okay, so again, there we go. I just said this is civil war. I just said it. I just said this is civil war. It's almost like splitting the Red Sea. Splitting the Red Sea. Under another interpretation, the first horseman called the pestilence, and it is associated with the infectious disease. The infectious disease and plague. It appears at least as early as 1906 when it's mentioned in a Jewish encyclopedia. The origin of the interpretation is unclear. Some translations of the Bible mention plague, pestilence, in connection with the writers the passage following the introduction of the fourth rider. They were given power over the fourth of the earth to kill by the sword, famine, plague, and wild beasts of the earth. So this is almost like that judgment almost, though, too, on the others that were smiting Israel. It's almost like that justice. Maybe that's where that justice card is coming in. Like I said, I have to be fair. Those who enslaved will go enslaved. right? Because I was thinking about if there was a civil war right now, maybe that's that whole thing about being prepared and having stocked up on something that I'm starting to sense even more and more now. Because again, even if we are talking about northern Egypt in the energy of northern Egypt and the archer in that energy, of course the South is already, you know what I'm saying, booming the weather, you know. So even if there's a civil war, the North is probably going to be, you know, I heard somebody say, why not wait until the winter time when these people would be hibernating, they would be in and not, you see? So it's this craftiness like this, right? It's this craftiness like this, like now's the time for something. I don't know. But I'm saying that, again, the North would starve. You see what I'm saying? If you have these people that are spiteful and hateful and want to take thrones and overthrow, you know what I'm saying, that, right? So almost even I'm seeing some sun and moon energy together instead of, you know, I don't know, instead of something like, oh, even I'm thinking about this card, instead of both like hands being cut off, like the right hand of God and the left hand of God, right? The right hand and the left hand. The right hand might have the juice, but the left hand may have the force. And so again, I don't know, I feel like it's that energy. And I feel like that's maybe like a third party energy that is not even about that. It's just about, you know what I'm saying, look at your surroundings, look at it from a different angle. Who are the real, you know, almost like that whole we ain't even really enemies. So what the hell is it? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But it also, that energy, like I said, with that feminine energy, it feels like there is close ties. Is something happened before, where I feel like something happened in another time or another lifetime or something, where that rider and that horse might represent that, and it might represent again the demise of a empress. It's just what I feel. And I see Esther energy, and I see a couple of different other empresses energy. And it's almost like it was ordained for that energy to be with one at a certain time. But something happened and something happened or whatever, and it just didn't happen that way. And then it caused it some kind of, you know, strife or whatever. Unless it was like that third party energy from jump. And it was just all to take the crown from that empress. So that's what I think. All right. So the energy of the empress finally going a little bit higher and revealing and going deeper once the people that were posing as helpers that were probably really enemies or whatever left the scene. And she's just trying to collect all of it now because there was an oppressive nature. I'm telling you, sometimes I get in my car and I'm driving and I'm just feeling like this isolation. I still just don't feel like no energy around me, right? Even, like I said, with any kind of connections. But then once I leave a certain parameter of my house, then the energy comes back in. So that's telling me that something is up. Something is up. So it's almost like, yeah, just keeping you in that observant energy of being like some kind of spectacle, right? And then maybe this is Emperor is also like sitting there, like remember on Truman Show when she was just looking on the TV watching Truman and crying and stuff, right? But always trying to think of ways to try to free him, right? Using her high priestess energy, kind of like it's an activist energy to me a little bit, right? And then maybe she's just hoping that he would just get the hell on his chariot and come on. But again, you have other high priestesses that are now in the way. Something that was so like sacred and secure, and now it's that. And so even it can make her even this way. Chained, crying, sitting in a corner, right? And then, but she knows that what? That's what's up. It's almost like that the Girl on Fire song. It's like she's in a world and it's on fire, but she know that she can fly away. which is almost like that, making me think of Asheville in the Carolinas, and it's also giving me some energy of Phoenix energy, right? A Phoenix rising from the ashes,